What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video. I know I look really crazy. I'm not in my normal black tee attire, but we are currently in the process of moving, so you get what you get. But today we're going to be unboxing and going over a shoe that I just bought. Sometimes for kicks and giggles, when I get the little notification across my phone and see that a new shoe is dropping, I'll say, oh, let me go inside of and participate in that and see if I win. And I just so happen to win these, but I ain't keeping them because I got a lot of black shoes. But I will unbox them and go over them with you guys today, so let's get into the unboxing. First of all, I just want to say I love how Adidas promotes theft, and they label and put what is on inside the package on the outside of the box. I mean, hey everybody, it's some rare Yeezys in here, size 10. Do you wear a size 10? Alright, so I'm going to get my, oh, there we go. My trusty box cutter, always away from you. Teach it like I teach my kids, always away. Swipe it away. And trust me, that's how you want to open up boxes. I have the scar on my left knee to show you why you don't do it that way. I also have, you see that? My finger? Almost sliced it clean off. Saw the bone. So, box cutter safety. QNTM. Alright, so let's check these out. Push down this little tab here, wiggle it out, and there we are. Alright, so this is really interesting because when this style of shoe first came out like a year and a half ago, I think it was like 2020, they came in that light gray color, that black and light gray, and I wanted them so bad with that like cream toe box. And they had two versions, the kind with this knit side and then the kind that had that rubbery hard side. Matter of fact, let me go get the other shoe. So the other version was this. It had this rubbery upper here that made it more durable, and this was supposed to be the quantum, whereas this version was the lifestyle. So this is what you wear around town, and this is supposed to be more of the basketball shoe, but I guess they're all quantums now. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm usually a fan of black shoes, but these are okay. I gotta talk about why I don't like it already. First of all, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there are scuff marks straight out of the box here, and I can't really rub that out. And because it's black, okay, it's coming out, but because it's black, you know, that's showing up really well. But I'm gonna have to get some cleaner maybe to get that off. And then like on the back here, there's a scuff mark there, and that's just black. I mean, it looked like, and here, it looked like somebody was wearing these and somebody just shoe checked them. Bow! Right on their heel, just heel check. And then here on the inside as well. Now, I do know that this is just because of the way it was laying in the box. So you had this was on the bottom, this was on the top, and this was buttoned up against the back. But, you know, I don't like that. Another thing that you can see, inside of here, you have the boost. But as you can see, the boost is glued or up against this midsole, and the midsole is translucent. So you can see where it's touching and where it's not, and it's just that inconsistency was not by design. It looks sloppy, it looks bad. We go out on this side and we can really see it here. It looks like it gives it a greenish color, but you know, I don't know, it doesn't look good. I don't like that that inconsistent glue, I guess you can call it. All right, another thing, going around the edges here, the glue also isn't very clean. And you can kind of just, I can go around the shoe and you can see that. Also, this shoe is not symmetrical. I never thought it was intended to be symmetrical. So you can see this is not even. And I don't even know if that's glue or just the textile template for where to make the cuts and where to place the other layer of fabric. but it's pretty sloppy, especially for the price, man. I can see these, if these were like $100, that wouldn't be too bad, but you know, I don't like it. Then again, on the toe box, the glue is not all that clean. Taking a look at the other Quantums, the original Quantums, as I'm gonna start referring to them as, I'm just looking at the differences, and there are many. I mean, there are many in the way that it's made. Even the stitching on the tongue, it is wider on these, on the Onyx pair, and it seems as though the tongue isn't, I don't know, it's maybe a little more plush. I do know that they use different materials though for the basketball version. So it's not really fair to compare apples to apples, because they're not apples to apples. They're a different shoe. This is supposed to be more durable. And this is supposed to be more breathable because of the lifestyle. But, you know, I'm looking at the back heel too, and it's also not symmetrical. So, you know, that probably was by design. But this is just a much cleaner shoe. And I'm not really being all that forgiving, because this is the same. This upper and the sole, I mean, not the upper, but the midsole and the sole, they are the same. And, you know, we're just not getting that same level of consistency as far as the craftsmanship is concerned. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And I need to take a look at the other shoe as well. Now, one thing I'll say, you want to make sure, if you're buying these, you're trying to do like a legit check or something like that, make sure your tag's on the left shoe. The tag is going to always be on the left shoe. I've never gotten a pair of Yeezys and the tag was on the right shoe. But again, here's another problem here. This little bump out, you probably can't see it, but you know, the inside is just regular old insole, Yeezy insole. It's going to wear off real fast. I'll pull it out for y'all. Oh, super thin. It's super thin. I mean, this thing is, it's for real paper thin. It's soft though, very paper, but it's paper thin. It just says Yeezy, Adidas, inside the shoe. Nothing fancy. It's just the bottom of the shoe. Ain't nothing fancy down there. Just the bottom of the shoe. That's all. Very simple shoe. Once you get over the original design. Now it does look like I'll put that in later. It does look like this heel reflects, and it looks like this parts that are messed up. It looks like it's 3M, because at first it just looks like it's dusty, but it's probably 3M. But we'll take a picture of that in a few to verify. Behind this here, you can, well, you probably can't see, but it looks like there are white stripes that are likely reflective, and we'll get a picture of that too, to just give you those. I would say that was the Adidas logo, but if you look closely, it starts up here and it goes all the way down. So it gives me the impression that that is attached to every single eyelet. And yeah, it is. They're actually attached to every eyelet. But we'll get a picture of that. The shoelaces, they look very good. They're that same high quality where the tips are dipped in some rubber material. I love that. Can't stand when the tips get frayed and you need new laces. It just makes the whole shoe look sloppy. Your whole shoe could be clean, but when those shoelaces get frayed, you can call it a day. Now let's look at the sole here, which is quite interesting. It's actually also translucent. And I don't know whether we have problems with this turning yellow. I actually thought this was opaque, but it's not. You can see through it. And it does look cool. It's a pretty cool, like gunmetal gray color. Or at least that's the illusion or vibe it's giving off. This could very much be clear, but against all this black silhouette, it's just coming out looking gray. Kind of interesting there. I kind of think it's clear though, so we might run into some problems with some yellowing later on. So that's pretty much the shoe. It's not a whole lot to say about it for a lifestyle version of these Quantums. It's just like anything else we've seen, just in a darker silhouette. The pattern up here, I'm sure, is probably random. If you're trying to do a legit check, don't sit here and dwell on these patterns so much. I will say that these are slightly raised and they cover a mesh material, whereas these here, this is not mesh. I mean, it's mesh, but it's almost like a Brillo pad mesh. It's super thick. These are not thick. Again, these were meant to give you, allow your feet to breathe. So it's just kind of like a basic mesh material here. And these are going to likely be different on every shoe. You can't get that the same every time. Sometimes with some of the Yeezys of recent, especially the 350s, there's a little notice inside the box that will tell you that, hey, you know, don't be trying to do legit checks because all the shoes gonna look different. This shoe looks better out of the box off already. I can tell you this is how it was meant to look. That one came out the box looking bad, but this is a little scuff right there, but this one's nice. Now this right shoe, this one's perfect. I still don't like that. You can still see the inconsistent colors in there, and it looks green and then kind of like gray and then a little white. I don't like that, but this shoe, this one looks better. This is a better representation of the shoe. This is still not as clean, but over here it's perfect on this shoe. I'm trying to really see what the difference was. Oh, probably because of this rubber. Just help bump this out even more so you don't have this collapsing on this thinner material. So that's probably why the toe box looks like that. Well, with that said, let's go in and try these on. These are a 10. These are a 10. I'm going to see if they fit the same, and let's go. I'm going to do a couple of on foots. I'm going to have both shoes on. Then I'm going to do one with only one shoe on so you can see how much taller it makes you. Then I'm going to also do another one with the other style Quantum shoe, the basketball version. And we can make an assessment from there. But already I could tell you that there's a huge difference just in the shoes from the way they're laced up. The left shoe is laced all the way up, and the right shoe is laced, has the factory lace, which is one eyelet missing. And the right shoe just feels insecure. It just feels insecure, you guys. I can feel it rubbing against my heel. My toes are kind of sliding around, my feet are sliding around. The left shoe, it feels much more secure. I know you guys like to wear your shoes baggy, but you might have an unpleasant experience in this. Plus, these shoes are very wide. There's a lot of room in there, and that's saying a lot because I have wide feet. As far as stability goes, I'm playing on the heel. I feel like I'm tap dancing, but on the heel, it's comfortable. It's not very bouncy like the 350s, but it's definitely secure. If you are a heavier person, I weigh 165. If you were heavier, I think you'd be happy with these shoes. So, while you're looking at my ashy socks, I just want to say that I'm wearing ankle socks, and they're moderately thick or moderately thin. They're not very thin, but they are definitely a little thick. I wanted to wear something I would wear in the summer. It's not like winter thick socks like Huff socks or anything like that. They're nowhere near that thin. Well, you can see the height here. Lifting me up about a whole inch. I'm trying not to lean, but yeah, it's about an inch. But I'm trying to wear something you wear in the summer because to me this is like a summer night shoe or something. In the summer I generally like to wear bright colors, but these are very breathable. These are also very warm too. I mean, my right foot is getting hot in these. So now I have the basketball version on, and I gotta say there's a huge difference. I'm kind of just staying here and talk about them. The left shoe is much heavier, and I'm gonna get my scale out to weigh that, but I can feel it. It is much heavier on my left foot. I don't know what that difference is. It feels like it's more cushion. The base of the shoe it appears wider, but that could be because it's white on the bottom where these are black. But this shoe is definitely heavier. As I walk around, you'll definitely experience less fatigue with the left shoe. But the right shoe just feels insignificant in comparison. I'm trying to just look up and see how things feel. Yes, the left shoe is definitely a shoe you want to walk around in all day long. This right shoe, no boy, no. Like it feels like my feet might hurt. I don't know. I don't think so, but it could feel that way just due to the fact that I have a better shoe on my other foot. But again, one shoe was meant to do one thing and the other shoe was meant to do another. I really feel like, since we're looking at this, I feel like this toe box, they should switch colors. I think they both would look better if they swapped. But especially with my outfit, I'm kind of digging the Onyx a little bit. I'm not going to lie, they match these Adidas sweatpants almost perfectly. Yeah. Looking at those heels. Yep. So, anyway, I just wanted to wear both, tell you about the feelings they both have. It's funny, also, the shoelaces they feel different. The right ones feel more stiff, and you might say, well, Chris, that's because you wore the other ones before. Well, I've only wore these like 2 or 3 times since I owned them. I had it for like a year and a half. I wore them like 2 or 3 times. And when I did wear them, I just drove somewhere and then came back. I didn't walk around with them. So the shoelaces are softer on these. The right ones, they're a little more stiff. All right, so what's the final verdict on these shoes? First of all, I wasn't able to find my scale. Unfortunately, they're all packed up, so I won't be able to do that for you guys. But I can say that these shoes are definitely lighter than the basketball version. They do have the hits of 3M, and the light is shining on it. You can kind of see the reflection of the 3M eyelets and also the 3M on the heel. It's coming up as like a really a powdery, dusty 3M though. Some of the other shoes we've seen on Yeezys with 3M were a lot more vibrant, but this is definitely like a light dusting on the heel. Now, would I keep these? I don't think I'm going to, just because I don't go enough places. I'm getting older, got kids, and I kind of like being alone, becoming more introverted these days, and so I really don't have too many places to wear these. Although I will say, I wear black sweatpants a lot, and I usually wear Adidas, and these do look good. But I mean, I'm only be going to like Walmart and Home Depot and stuff like that. So like, I'm not going anywhere. I will say this though, this is definitely an easy cop. If you don't have any Yeezys and you like the style of these, there's nothing wrong with them. Again, like I said, just me. But if you wanted to get into some Yeezys as a throw-on pair, to me, these are more comfortable than the Yeezy 700s. The Yeezy 700s initially they do something to your Achilles. They do something to your, I don't know what it is, like a little part between your heel and your Achilles, it hurts. You can feel these on your Achilles, but it's very soft and flexible and it doesn't hurt. You just kind of feel it sometimes when you walk, especially if you wear your shoes baggy and don't lace them up. But when you lace them up tight, you don't feel anything. People call you corny, but this is how they look laced up tight. They look the same. They look the same. There's not really a shoe you can wear loose, and maybe that's why it's not so popular. But with all that said, these were an easy cop, and they're on StockX right now for less than retail. So yeah, I'm not going to probably keep these, especially for like $265. I'm gonna just return them, return them to Adidas, because I won't get my money back if I resell them. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these shoes in the comments. I know my channel kind of seems all over the place, but I talk about what I like. And again, you get what you get. So if you're a sneakerhead, hopefully this video was helpful and you enjoyed it. You've ever been curious about some Yeezys, I say check these out, because you can get them for like I don't know, probably, I think I've seen them for like 220, some for like 218, 230, which is less than retail. And you can see what all the hype is about. Definitely a well-made shoe. It'll definitely stand the test of time. Premium materials. It's just, kind of for me, the fit and finish on on the right shoe wasn't all that great. I'm kind of looking at the left shoe too. The toe box is like so, but you're gonna find that on any high-end shoe sneaker anyway, for the most part. these are far superior than Jordans in my opinion. But you know, considering the time frame, those were 90s shoes, and technology hadn't advanced. But you know, very comfortable. Not as comfortable as the basketball version, but you know, very comfortable, and I highly recommend them if you were trying to get into the Yeezy game to see what all the hype is about. So hopefully this video was helpful, and I will see you guys next time.